This situation with Sowore has once again drawn the attention of many Nigerians, both inside and outside the country. The moment people heard that he was taken again by the police right after being granted bail, the news spread fast, and almost everyone started talking about it. Many people are saying this incident has shown how much tension still exists between activists, the courts, and the police. What actually happened that day surprised many, because nobody expected such drama right outside the courtroom. After the magistrate granted bail to Sowore and some others arrested during the Free Nnamdi Kanu's protest, there was a sense of relief. Lawyers were completing the paperwork, supporters were happy, and people felt the system was finally working. But just minutes later, everything changed. As Sowore stepped out of the court, police officers surrounded him, and before anyone could understand what was happening, they took him away again. Eyewitnesses said it happened so fast that even his lawyers were left confused. They tried to follow but were stopped. That was when confusion began. Almost immediately, news of the rearrest hit social media. Within hours, Free Sowore began trending again. Many Nigerians online expressed anger, saying that once bail has been granted by the court, the right thing to do is to respect it. People felt the rearrest was unnecessary, and they began to suspect something deeper behind the move. On the other hand, the police said there were new issues they needed to address concerning his involvement in protests around restricted areas in Abuja. But that explanation did not sit well with the public. While Sowore's lawyers were trying to locate where he was taken, citizens began gathering outside police stations, demanding his immediate release. In Abuja, several groups of young people came out peacefully, holding placards, chanting and calling on the authorities to obey court orders. The protest grew quickly. Some of them said they were not protesting only for Sowore, but for justice in general, because they believed if the rule of law is ignored, then anyone could be treated the same way. Please, as you are listening to this gist, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It helps us continue bringing you news that matters in simple, clear English you can understand. Back to the story. As the crowd grew larger, police officers tried to control the protest. In some areas, the mood was calm. In others, it became a bit tense. But most of the protesters kept repeating that they were there for peace, not violence. Videos began circulating online, showing citizens asking the police to respect the court decision. It became a national conversation. By evening, several human rights groups and lawyers had joined their voices. They released statements asking the police to produce Sowore immediately. Some of them reminded the authorities that the court is the highest authority in any legal matter, and once bail is granted, it should be obeyed. This reminded many Nigerians of similar moments in the past when court orders were ignored, and people worried it could be happening again. Please make sure you like this video now and click subscribe. We are here to give you balanced, respectful updates, and your support really helps us grow. Now, to understand why this issue is so sensitive, it helps to remember who Sowore is. He is not just any regular person. He is a well-known journalist, publisher, and political activist. He has been arrested several times before for leading protests that challenge government policies. To some people, he is a symbol of courage. To others, he is controversial. But whatever you think about him, he always stands out for his boldness. That is why, when something happens to him, the reaction is always loud. This particular protest that led to his arrest was focused on the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, known as IPOB. Kanu's case has been a national topic for years, and each time court dates approach, emotions rise. Many people who joined the protest said they wanted peace and fairness. They wanted the law to take its course without bias. So when Sowore was arrested, people saw it as part of a larger pattern where those who speak out face consequences. After his rearrest, confusion spread because no one knew exactly where he was being held. His lawyers complained they could not see him for hours. They called for his immediate release, saying his rights were being violated. Later that evening, reports confirmed that he was still in police custody in Abuja. That information gave some relief, but it did not end the anger among his supporters. As night fell, videos from the protest continued to appear online. You could see people gathered with candles, chanting and singing songs of freedom. Some carried the Nigerian flag, saying they were not fighting the country but simply asking for justice. Police vehicles were parked around the protest areas, watching closely but mostly staying calm. It was a tense but peaceful night in many parts of Abuja. Please, if you are still watching or listening, hit the like button and subscribe now. Don't wait till the end. It helps us a lot when you support. The next day, the situation grew even bigger. News channels began reporting from different parts of the city. Interviews with lawyers and civil rights leaders filled the air. One lawyer said, "If a court grants bail and the police still hold the person, it weakens trust in our legal system." Another activist said the police were sending the wrong message by ignoring the judge's decision. But police spokespersons continued to defend their action, saying they were acting within the law and that there were new matters to investigate. This back and forth continued through the day. Politicians started reacting too. Some called for calm, saying the matter should be resolved legally. Others criticized the police, saying Nigeria's image was being affected. International observers also began paying attention because Sowore is a known figure even outside Nigeria. He once studied and worked in the United States, and he has many contacts in international media. The situation was no longer just about one man. It had become a national test of how justice works. Citizens began asking, if someone like Sowore can be treated this way, what about ordinary Nigerians who have no media attention or lawyers to defend them? That question began trending online. People said this was not just Sowore's fight. It was everyone's fight for fairness. And please, my viewers, while you listen to all these updates, don't forget to subscribe. That red button below, click it now. We bring you daily updates. No noise, no drama, just clear news you can trust. As the protest continued, more voices joined in. Even some religious and traditional leaders began speaking, urging both sides to remain calm. They said Nigeria cannot afford unnecessary chaos and that every disagreement should be resolved through proper legal process. They reminded everyone that peace is better than anger. Later in the evening, Sowore's lawyers filed a fresh motion asking the court to order the police to release him immediately or present him before the court to explain the reason for his continued detention. That legal move was important because it put pressure on the authorities to act according to the law. By then, some government officials began reaching out behind the scenes to calm the situation. Still, public frustration remained. Many young Nigerians said they were tired of seeing similar stories repeat. They wanted change, real change where court orders are obeyed and everyone is treated equally before the law. The protest began spreading to other cities with smaller groups in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Enugu showing solidarity. Once again, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe right now. When you do that, it helps this channel reach more people so we can continue giving you accurate updates every day. The situation became a mirror of Nigeria's ongoing struggle between power and justice. Every time people feel like the system is improving, something happens that makes them question if their voices matter. But the fact that citizens can come out peacefully to protest shows that Nigerians are learning to use their voices the right way. That is something worth appreciating. As hours passed, the protests in Abuja continued but stayed mostly peaceful. Police presence remained heavy, but no serious violence was reported. Human rights organizations kept pushing their demands, and lawyers continued to speak to the press. Everyone was waiting for one thing, for Sowore to either be released or charged again in court. Until that happened, people refused to leave. By the third day, calm started returning gradually, but the discussion was still everywhere.
People were still talking about it in offices, schools, and online spaces. It became a trending topic on Twitter and Facebook.
Many were saying that this incident should remind the government that respect for the law is not optional. It is the foundation of democracy. And as always, my friends, if you are enjoying this gist, please like this video now and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, but it really helps this platform to grow and keep you informed. As the week went on, Sowore's legal team finally got access to him. They confirmed that he was in good health and that discussions were ongoing for his release. That news calmed things down a bit. Some supporters began going home, saying they would continue to follow the case through the media. Others stayed behind, waiting for an official statement from the police. Eventually, the police promised to update the public soon. They maintained that everything being done was within legal limits.
But many Nigerians still said the way it was handled could have been better. They wanted more transparency and clearer communication from the authorities. By this time, the issue had already created wide discussion about justice, activism, and accountability. It reminded people that Nigeria's democracy is still growing and that every citizen must play a role to keep it strong. To wrap this gist for now, Sowore's case is more than just one man being arrested. It represents the ongoing struggle between law enforcement and civic freedom in Nigeria, the protests, the debates, the reactions. They all show that Nigerians are paying attention. People are no longer silent. They want fairness, and they want their leaders to respect the system that everyone depends on. So, my dear viewers, as we continue to follow this matter, let's all remember to stay peaceful and hopeful. Justice may sometimes move slowly, but it still matters. If we all keep speaking up respectfully, change will come. And finally, if you haven't done so yet, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your notification bell so you won't miss the next update. We will continue to follow this story closely and bring you every new detail as it happens. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting this platform. Together, we can make sure the truth is always heard clearly.